Hey, it's Lori. Storytime with Lori Elliot, 7/8/24. When my dead friend speaks in my ear. I lost a good friend years ago. She was my sophisticated bitch friend. She knew all the new styles coming out of New York City, and she and her husband were chefs and bakers. She was a bit of a Easterner, speaking with a bit of a nasal to it. She was a graduate from the School of Acting in New York, and then later in life, she graduated in honor of her death in Washington University in St. Louis, Missouri, with honors. And the physical therapy department were incorporating her thesis as part of their curriculum. At her funeral, I was sitting about fourth row back and listening to every word the priest was saying and getting madder by the moment. Then I heard this familiar voice in my head, and she said, "Find a nice way to tell them they are all wrong." And so I needed to, this was years ago, by the way, and so I've been trying to figure out how to say this nicely. So I'm going to try it this way. Number one, God got us all it is, loves you no matter what. Source would never make you feel bad about your doings and goings on and then tell you, "Oh, but I forgive you." That is all wrong. We are light beings from distant realms and dimensions. Source knew we would come here and experience all kinds of crap. And we would cry, we would get mad, we would sometimes hurt others, we would try everything we could possibly try without judging you. Source only hopes you learn to love yourself enough to remember that the beautiful light being you are. You simply reach out. You're the only one that judges yourself. Let no other judge you. Source expects you to fall down, brush your knees off, and get going into the next antics you can find. Forgive yourself. Forgive Source and keep going. It is okay. You are expected to live. Sometimes it works out. Sometimes it does not. That is how it goes. Learn to love yourself above all others loving you. Hear that again. Learn to love yourself above all others loving you so that you are never caught being vulnerable enough to shortchange your dignity for love. Sorry. Love yourself so much that if you need to break up, it's okay. You have just changed energies, and one is growing faster than the other. Life is supposed to be fun. You will enter the kingdom of heaven by being a childlike wonder with your life. Dare to find what you love and go with it. You may have to live differently than the status quo. That's okay. Source loves you. There are no buts with God. That's the biggest thing. Just remember that. There are no buts with God. Period. He doesn't put all this guilt and shame on you. He would never do that. She would never do that. It would never do that. It loves you no matter what you do. So it doesn't care what sexuality you have or what colors you love or what, how you want to live. None of that matters. All that matters is that God loves you, the soul that you are, having a physical experience. He knows it's not really real. He just knows that it's something for you to do. He hopes you learn from things, like how to forgive yourself, because you're going to judge yourself. You're going to feel guilty about things that you did, that you were so vulnerable. You allowed yourself to be, lose your dignity, to just try to have some love. I know I've done it myself. So it happens, and it's okay. But take the time to love yourself. And I mean, really learn what that means. That you are worthy no matter what. You have great value. Otherwise, you wouldn't exist. We don't exist if we have no value. There is no reason. We are all an integral part of God got us all that is. Source. And Source just isn't used to kicking its own ass, so don't worry about it, okay? You are good in the eyes of the divine, and you're divine yourself. So love yourself and live out loud, live proud, not arrogant, proud, and as humble as possible, but have fun. Smile more than you frown, love more than you hate, and you'll balance it out. Build boundaries because you do value yourself, and you'll feel even better about yourself. Believe in yourself and believe in God. God is all it is. Something bigger than yourself that you can lean on. And there's a whole universe prepared to be there for you on wings to help you get through things. You're never alone. Never. So I think that's it. Just know that you're loved and that you're okay the way you are. But find a way, if you're hurting yourself, find a way to love yourself instead of hurt. And this is Lori, and I'll talk to you later. Good night.